So most people don't realize this, but there's simple web applications that we're all using on a regular basis that were built by people no different than yourself. Number one, they're very simple. Number two, they've been able to get ranked in Google. And number three, they're getting a lot of traffic going onto them. For example, we've got this image resizer tool that again you probably used in the past. Super simplistic. If I just double check SimilarWeb, we can see that they're getting over 6 million monthly visits. This is the same thing with this next web application. You're able to use it in a way where you just enter text into it and it's able to give you the character count as well as the word count, so on and so forth. I use it on a regular basis. This one is getting a lot of traffic as well, as we can see. And there's so many different types, e.g. we've got this calculator web application where they're also getting a lot of traffic. So in today's video, what I want to do is show you exactly how you can build simple web apps just like this with a couple different AI tools as well as ChatGPT. What's really interesting about these popular web applications is that they're really basic, they're not really integrated with AI, and I believe that this is a big opportunity moving into 2026. And my goal with this video is that by the end of it, if you're able to stick around, you're also going to be able to get a fully functional web app up and running that's going to be integrated with AI in the most simplistic way possible. But first things first, what you need to do is go over to this prompt builder. What this is going to do is give you clarity as to what type of web app you're thinking about building, because a lot of you are maybe confused and you're not really sure of exactly where to begin. It's going to take you through maybe 5 or 6 different questions. Many of them are going to be multiple choice. And by the end of it, you're going to get a custom prompt that you're going to be able to copy and paste to start the whole process. So we're going to go through this together. And by the end of this video, you're also going to see me build a fully functional web app as well. So if you want to find this, you're going to be able to do so. Top link in the description for completely free. Question 1 is, what type of web app do you want to build? So you've got all of these different options. If you can't find anything that you like, you can always type what you're thinking about building. Now for me, I'm going to build a product research analysis tool, specifically when it comes to helping people research digital products. So I'm going to select this and go to question 2. Who is this app mainly for? So this app is going to be for, I would say, creators, people that are looking to build digital products, as I just mentioned, but you're of course going to need to select your option in one of these different choices. Question 3, you're going to need to enter text. And what this one says is, what problem should this web app solve? So I'm going to say that it's going to help people decide if a digital product from a website URL is worth replicating or not. So again, guys, the purpose of the app that I'm going to build is going to be a digital product research tool when it comes to copy and pasting a URL from existing sellers to figure out if it's worth building that exact same digital product or something similar. So question 3 is done. Question 4 is, what should the user input to get the results from your app? So what they're going to input is, of course, a website URL, as I just mentioned. Question 5 is, what should the app show after the user clicks continue? I'm going to say that it should show scores, ratings, bars, maybe charts or visual breakdown. There's so many different options to choose from, but I'm going to go with an overall rating or verdict. And for the ideal color scheme, I'm going to say that I want it to be black and green, and then I'm going to click on submit. Okay, perfect. So I've now got this prompt that I'm going to be able to copy just like that. And then what you're going to do is now go over to ChatGPT 5.2 in this case, or whatever latest model they've got. And you're just going to paste everything in there just like that, and then click on enter. And what ChatGPT should come back with is a customized prompt that's going to be polished that I can now use when it comes to building the first draft of this web app that we're going to build. And the tool that I'm going to be using when it comes to building out this entire interface is going to be Horizons. Now, I'm not just going to build any standard web app like the ones that I showed you at the start of this video. It's going to be one that's going to have ChatGPT, OpenAI in the background, making sure that it's running smoothly. And it's also going to be the engine for this entire thing. So Horizons is going to build the user interface, also known as UI, but ChatGPT is going to be the actual system behind it. So what I need to do is just copy this prompt from ChatGPT and then go over to Horizons. And by the way, if you want to gain access to this for a massive discount, you're going to be able to do so by visiting the link in my description. So once you're on this page and you see this prompt box, all you need to do is paste the prompt from ChatGPT in there just like this. And for those of you that maybe haven't come across Horizons before and you're confused as to what it is and what it does, I've showcased it on my channel before, but I'm going to be taking things to the next level in this case. I would say that this is one of the most powerful AI tools that I've come across in recent times. And the reason for that is because not only can it build websites, not only can it build web applications, but it can also build softwares that are able to run with various different integrations. Whether you want to use ChatGPT, OpenAI, you want to use Google, Gemini, whatever it is, you're going to be able to integrate various different AI tools on the back end. Personally, I've not seen anyone on YouTube showing you what I'm about to show you right now. So stick with me because all of this is going to be really impressive. So I'm just going to click on enter and let it do its thing. All right, so straight away we can see that it's gone to work to start building out the entire code on the back end. So you don't need to worry about this. You just need to wait for it to scan through your prompt, and it's going to now come back with a couple different questions. And it's going to be on this left-hand side where you're going to answer all of its questions. You're going to enter any instructions, and you're going to use this section for the majority of making any modifications. So as we can see, it's come back with these two questions. The first one is that it's asking me which AI API should it connect to? And it's also asking me if it should create a mock-up interface. So I'm just going to enter these answers. As you can see, what I've said is build the initial interface and I'll connect to OpenAI later on. And I've also told it to build a simple interface as well. So essentially, I just wanted to give me the first draft so I can show you exactly what it looks like and what it's able to do. And then from there, I'm going to show you how you can integrate ChatGPT into the backend. And here it is, guys. This is the initial draft of what it was able to give me for the web application. Very simple interface, as you can see, but if I just make it full screen so that we can get a better look. Yeah, so it seems to have done a really good job so far. Everything looks modern, everything looks dynamic, and everything looks interactive. So again, guys, just to give you an understanding of what I'm building, it's going to be a product research tool that's going to work by the user pasting a URL from a website. And the vision that I have for this is that when the user does paste the URL from a website that has a digital product, it's going to give them a lot of information on whether they should maybe think about building that digital product or not. So if I just go over to this ebook site over here. So as we can see, this site has listed various different ebooks related to ADHD, but I'm just going to get this particular URL and I'm just going to put it in there and then click on enter. But as we can see, it's now come back with all of these different demo results. So all of these different bits of information, all of these different data points don't relate to the specific product. So again, this is about ADHD, but it's come back with a product management tool. So it hasn't accurately been able to fetch the information from the URL. But there's some quick fixes when it comes to being able to make sure that everything is going to run smoothly. So it's going to come down to using something called Supabase, which some of you have probably heard of, in conjunction with OpenAI. So if I just go over here to integrations on my Horizons dashboard, you're going to see Supabase over here. And this is a really useful integration because not only does it allow you to manage signups, logins when it comes to people using your site, as well as data storage, but there's other back-end features when it comes to utilizing AI. So all you got to do is click into it. And then from there, it's going to ask you to create an account. And by the way, you're going to be able to create an account for completely free. And I'm going to come back to Supabase in a moment, but you also need to sign up for an OpenAI account as well. And you can do that by visiting platform.openai.com. So it's not going to be your regular ChatGPT account. You need to come over to OpenAI and then click on login or sign up. And as you can see, I'm in my account right now. And it's going to be from this point where you now need to look for your API key. Once on this page, you need to click on create new secret key and you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Horizons test and I'm going to use the default project and then click on create secret key. And then what it should come back with is the API key that you're now going to use in the back end of your Supabase account. So the Horizons is going to use ChatGPT when it comes to pulling information. So I'm just going to copy it. And when you go back over to your Supabase account, you've logged in, you've created a brand new project. This is a similar page to what you're going to see. And when it comes to connecting OpenAI to your Supabase account, you need to go to the left-hand side, come over here to Edge Functions, and then click into Secrets. And literally all you need to do is just type this in for the name and then paste the API key in this section in there just like that. And then click on Save. And now that all of the back-end stuff has been correctly connected, The next thing that I'm going to do is go back over to Horizons, and I'm just going to give it this new prompt. And all I'm doing is telling it that I don't want it to show demo results anymore. And I want it to make sure that whenever someone pastes a URL, it's going to use the Supabase backend as well as OpenAI. When it comes to reading the product page, analyzing the digital product idea, deciding on if it's worth replicating, and also returning a detailed report. And I've also told it some other information that you can read through right now. You can pause the screen. But for the most part, this is all I need to enter. So what I'm going to do is just click on send. And by the way, guys, everything I'm showing you, I'm not really speeding it up too much. Yes, I'm editing the video just to save time, but all of this is probably taking 1 to 2 minutes for it to build out this entire web application. If I wanted to do something like this in the past, I would have had to have hired a coder, a designer, a web engineer, a whole bunch of people for me to get to this point. But with the help of AI as well as Horizons, I've been able to do it literally from the comfort of my own home. And here we have it, guys. It's now come back with the updated version. Everything seems to be integrated in the way that it should. If I just click on integrations and then click into Supabase. Yeah, right there we can see that it's connected. We can see OpenAI is also connected in terms of the project that I created. So I'm just going to put it to work. Let's test out using a URL from a digital product. Let's use the same one as before, this ADHD ebook. I'm just going to copy the URL. I'm going to make this full screen so we can get a better look, and I'm just going to paste it in there like this and then click on enter. All right, guys, and here we go. So straight away we can tell that it's a big difference than before. It's been able to get the actual image from the listing or the product page. It's got the exact name of the product. It's come back with a score in terms of if it's going to do well or not when it comes to replicating it. And it's come back with a recommendation on if I was looking to build this exact same ebook. And just generally it's come back with all of these different factors: the demand of the topic, market saturation, barrier to entry, how hard is it to build, is it going to be possible to monetize as well? And I'm sure by you guys as looking at this, I'm sure that this is a web app that you would probably want to use yourself. And right now you're probably thinking, Sam, this is probably a fluke. It's not really been able to look at the URL of the ebook. So what we're going to do is put it to the test. I'm just going to go back to the home page and I'm going to get a different digital product. Let's get this spreadsheet for this budget planner. I'm just going to copy the URL. Going to go back over to this web app that I built. I'm going to click on enter. And once again, it's been able to analyze it. It's come back with the actual name. It's come back with a score. It's come back with all of this information. And I'm just going to test one more digital product. Let's go with this Notion template. I just want to make sure that it's fully working. And this is something that you guys need to make sure that you do as well, just so that you know that you're going to be able to put it out there and people are going to be able to use it with no issues. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it's definitely working as it should. It's updating all of this information every single time. It now knows that I'm looking at a Notion template and it's mentioned it throughout this entire report. And don't forget, guys, all of this is being ran directly from ChatGPT in the background. And to be honest, I've not seen anyone else on YouTube showing you how all of this stuff works. I would say that this is the best way of building an application with the help of ChatGPT running in the background with Horizons as the interface that's going to handle the front end. It's not difficult to do, doesn't cost too much. All you need to know is the steps that goes into it, and you're going to be able to execute it yourself. And the reason why I like this is because when it comes to making everything go live, all you need to do is click on publish. And then from there, you're now going to be able to choose your domain. You're going to be able to put it out there for people to start using straight away. And the way that something like this can be monetized is going to be through maybe AdSense. If you wanted to put ads on the site, you can maybe go that route. You can maybe use it as a lead magnet to funnel people into a product or service that you're offering, or you can just generally charge people when it comes to using it. If they enter a URL, they're maybe going to have to make some sort of payment. You know, there's so many different options. It all depends on what web app you're going to build. And for you to be able to execute everything that I showed you in the best possible way, it's going to come down to using the right prompts. And don't forget, you're going to be able to build a custom prompt when it comes to building out everything by visiting the top link in the description down below. Just make sure that whatever web app you're thinking about building, you select the right answers. Yes, in this video, I showed you what I would do when it comes to making a mini version of a product research software, but there's so many other ones that you can do. It all depends on your niche. It all depends on, you know, how simple you want to make it. if you didn't want to integrate OpenAI as the engine and you wanted it to run solely on Horizons, that's definitely possible as well. For example, something like a calculator, invoice generator, email writer can definitely be done using just Horizons. The only reason why I integrated OpenAI with Supabase is because I wanted to show you the potential of using ChatGPT as a way for you to kind of supercharge and take your web app to the next level. But yeah, for the most part, I would say that those are some of the most important things that you need to be aware of when it comes to doing this. Of course, there's some other things, and if you wanted me to make a more detailed video breaking down every single step when it comes to setting up a domain, maybe setting up the payment processor on the back end, or anything else that I didn't mention, just let me know down below. Put your question, your query, as well as your location, and I'll be sure to make an updated video ASAP. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to press the like button. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe as well, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know once a new video has been released. And if you want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago, where I show you some other ways that you can use the latest model of ChatGPT when it comes to building out a digital product, you're going to be able to watch that by clicking the link right there. Check that out straight after this because that video has already helped out so many people. And I'm sure if you're able to watch it from start to finish, it's also going to help you out as well. But as always, guys, I'm going to catch you on the next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.